This is Shane from 3 Inches of Blood. You're watching The Age of Metal.
Hello everyone, this is Miguel with the Age of Metal, and I'm here with Shane of 3 Inches of Blood. How you doing, man?
Good, really good. How you doing?
Good, pretty much. I mean, how has been the tour so far for you guys? I mean, this kind of like a little run for the West Coast.
Really good. Like this is the kind of thing that we put together ourselves. So, we knew what to expect. It's a really awesome lineup. Just a good high energy package. And what else can I say? It's only been, I think, maybe not even a week yet. So it's 2 weeks in total. So it's going good so far.
Well, you guys been really busy this year. You guys did Metal Alliance, then jumped to Europe with Goat Whore and Havoc and Angelus Apatrida.
Yep.
Then come back to the States, do a little run with Municipal Waste. Then back to Europe with Overkill.
Yeah.
I mean, how was the experience to headlining? Pretty much, the first headlining tour in Europe. How was the experience?
It was awesome. We didn't really know what to expect. We've been on over the years, lots of packages out there and done lots of festival kind of stuff as well. So it was just a good first one to do. Like, we plan on doing it a lot more, but we found that being over there so many times, we generated some awesome fans. So it was cool to play for more than 20 minutes or half an hour out there. So it was great.
And how was that package with Overkill? Because it's a big thrash metal band.
Yeah, it was great. They have like a very, what's the word? Just a long time hardcore fan base out there. So it was really cool to play for like some of the old school metal fans who don't know 3 Inches of Blood. A lot of those old school fans, I found more often than not, they thought we were some kind of metalcore band or like maybe even a death metal band, just by the name and bands we've toured with, So they were pleasantly surprised that we were playing more just straight up sort of pre-subgenre metal. For them, it was cool.
Well, I mean, that's one of those surprises that caught my eye, and the fact that you guys tour with Devil Driver during the Metal Alliance, then Goat Whore and Havoc, that are really extreme bands, then Municipal Waste, which is a thrash metal band, and again Overkill, which is again a thrash metal band. How did their fans respond to the proposal of 3 Inches of Blood?
I think that we have more in common with bands than not, Like, we've certainly done a lot of things with Devil Driver over the. You mentioned them. One important thing to mention is there was a lot of extreme bands on that particular tour, like Dying Fetus, where they were like, you could tell they were like the veteran dudes who like kind of owned that tour. Yeah. I thought, and then
the Faceless
was on that. Job for a Cowboy, awesome dudes and really good band. Just a lot of extreme music's on that, so I kind of feel in that atmosphere for us, we kind of give people a little bit of a break with a little injection of rock and roll with our metal. So in that situation, we stick out like sore thumbs. Then we'll tour with, no matter what band we tour with, I find that, we all have metal in common. It's the elitism that makes me a little, nah. But, that's, when you're kids, that's just the way it is.
All right, totally got you in that. Well, I mean, this year is really busy for you guys. Any anecdotes, any funny things that happen in Europe or here, like you remember now at the top of your head?
Off the top of my head in Europe, I just there was just a lot of late nights and just partying with the bands we were on tour with. Purified in Blood, really awesome band from Norway. Oh. There was a lot of just funny, drunken moments with them, and our main guy we tour with, he broke his foot.
Oh.
That was a That wasn't a funny story, but that's what happened. I remember that.
Oh well.
But yeah, just to answer your question, things happen all the time, but it's just with a lot of travel. You just make the best of it and have a good time. So the whole thing, it should be fun.
Well, Byron Stoot joined the band last June. He comes from Fear Factory. How has been the
And
experience?
Strapping Young Lad.
And Strapping Young Lad, of course.
Vancouver old-timey band.
And how has been the experience working with him so far?
It's been good. Like, he's filled in we were between bass players a few years ago, and he did a tour. He helped us out that way. I've known Byron for about 15 years.
Oh.
I actually did a short stint teching for Strapping way back in the day. And I've just known him, we're East Van kind of dudes, like a lot of mutual friends in the music scene down there. And our other bands played together, so back in the day. But more to the point, just in the music thing, he's been around a lot longer, and I would always, ask certain things, on the business side of things. He would help us out that way, and he started doing some managerial kind of work for us about a year ago, and then when his schedule totally freed up, I was like, come play with us, have some fun with your bros, and he's totally into it, and here we are. Yeah,
Definitely a good asset.
what's that?
Definitely a good asset.
Absolutely, yeah. He's like he's like the veteran guy on a hockey team or something like that.
Definitely. Well, last month you released the lyric video for Storming June.
Yep.
What is the idea around that song?
Well, Storming Juno, it's normally our songs very much are like, we definitely take a page from Dio, and our lyrics are generally fantasy based or storytelling, as it were. This one is actually just more of a tale of history. We're from Canada, and it's just when the Allied forces stormed on D-Day.
Mm-hmm.
Canada, they stormed Juno Beach,
Okay.
and that's just what it's about. It's just a part of Canadian history that we wanted to write about, and the lyric video, I think, worked out pretty cool, and it's definitely one of my favorite songs on the new record. I like the song, and I just think the lyrics and the whole vibe of that song worked out really good. One of those things, when I was a kid, Iron Maiden actually had lots of those type of things, like actual history lessons,
Alexander the Great,
So
Genghis
maybe
Khan.
if any kids are watching this with their parents, like, some metal bands actually have history lessons, and you're learning something while your parents think you're worshiping the devil, So
Actually, I learned about Alexander the Great by the same song of Iron Maiden, Alexander the Great.
yeah, and literature like Rime of the Ancient Mariner, and so that's the vibe. That's the influence behind that, I think.
I see. Well, last August, Intrinsic Love was named, or it was put in the list to open for Metallica in August 24 at the Rogers Amphitheater, I think it is, in Vancouver. But at last minute that was cancelled. What happened with that?
Oh, it was announced. Everything was a go. But they were shooting a movie, like a 3D concert film, and all I know is I don't know for sure. So this is just me speculating. I think that the movie people, the production, I think there was so much production that there wasn't actually room for our thing. But it was cool. I'm not bummed out at all that we didn't do it, because we got tons of promo out of it, but I went to the show anyway. It was really good. It was awesome, actually. Like, every song had just crazy production value to it.
So you're gonna be appearing in movies somewhere in the crowd or something like that?
Funnily enough, I got a gig with this extra agency. So there was there was 2 shows, and then there was a third show where they did more, stuff, and I was there.
Oh, that's cool. So you're gonna be appearing.
I got to see him a few times.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Well,
maybe I'll in it. I think Justin's more in it than me. He's actually legitimately in it, I think.
oh, that's pretty cool.
Eating a hot dog in the crowd or something. I don't know.
Well, now that everyone is closing the year, you know, like making their list and everything, with all this touring that you guys been in Europe, what new bands have you listened or seen live that caught your attention, have kind of like that potential to break out, I don't know, next year, 2 years from now?
I don't really have an answer for that. I don't have any band that really sticks out like a new name for band. I've been hearing new things personally, but they're older records or not metal artists and stuff. Trying to think. There's a band from Indiana called Medusa, who I discovered maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Who I still listen to that record all the time. It's one of those things where it's when you randomly play with a band that's really good.
So you guys play with them?
Yeah, a long time ago. That's one band that comes to mind, though. In that kind of question that you're asking, I just don't have one for now. I mean, we played with lots of bands that have been around a while. Like I mentioned, Purified in Blood and Havoc. I didn't really know too much about them until we played with them. And Angelus Apatrida, I didn't know anything about them. They're an awesome band too. Good guys, really awesome guitar players and stuff. And yeah, there you go.
Well, closing it up, what is next for 3 Inches of Blood in 2013?
We're thinking of doing another release of some kind before we do another record. We're going to do some more touring in the United States, and then we're going to try and get back to Europe, do the festival stuff. And
any festivals confirmed so far?
None. This is around the time that those things are getting worked out. So we're just going to do what we always do, and that's we'll either be on the road or, writing music and stuff. So
great to hear. Well, do you have any kind of like last words to our listeners and fans and everything?
Long live heavy metal.